Hi, everyone. This is Julian with JLV Moments and More. It's just me tonight. We'll see. I don't know. Eric, thank you for being on with me tonight. It could just be me and you. Bro. Woo woo. So we are in trouble because it's just me and oh boy. Hello, whoever else is watching. I'm assuming Sean probably watching from the TV. I think I just dropped the staple on the floor. That's not gonna. Hey, you never know. With me, some things will slip out of my mouth that shouldn't, but well, I'm gonna try and keep it as PG-13 as I can. But I just dropped a staple on the floor, and hopefully I don't step on it at some point in time, and because that would not feel good. Because I know what it feels like to have a staple go through your skin. Because stupid me did it on purpose one time. Somebody dared me, and they didn't think I'd do it, and I took a stapler and went, ping. Yeah, I'm not always that bright. I do have my moments. Hi, Sean. It may just be me tonight. Lori is preoccupied with the football game. Um, the because Notre Dame is playing Ohio State, so and she's a Notre Dame fan. She's in the living room watching the football game and doing toenails with Virginia. Yeah, so yeah, she just did Virginia's toenails just a few minutes ago. Yes, very true. So a friend of mine, this is, I don't think I could ever go as far as what a friend of mine did for her husband. They are actually at the game. He is an Ohio State fan. She is a Michigan fan. Yeah, and and she was wearing the crimson, the Ohio State colors, and I was just like, "What are you doing?" And she came back and she was like, "I'm doing it for Jesus. No, I can't help it. Touchdown, Jesus." Yeah. I have never watched AEW. I've always been a WWE person. Before that, I was WCW. What's funny is I actually used to, during the Attitude Era of WWE, I would, let's see, I would watch Raw on Monday nights, and then I would watch the rerun of Nitro right after Raw because um, TNT used to always you had the live show, and then right after that they would replay the entire Nitro episode. Yeah, I like I said, I grew up watching the old WWF stars, Hulk, Andre, Iron Sheik, all them guys, Junkyard Dog, Jimmy Fly Snuka. Um, so and then I stopped watching it for a while, and Lori is yelling at the TV because something bad just happened for Notre Dame. So, 40th year anniversary. 40th year anniversary of what? See, I never watched ECW because I could never find it on anywhere at that time. Um, but when I was after I graduated high school, or I started watching the Raw era. Um, oh, that's interesting. Um, but I started watching the Attitude Era stuff, and because I'm a Stone Cold fan. Stone Cold, my ultimate favorite wrestler of all time. Just loved his attitude. Just loved his look. He was just no nonsense. Just kick you in the teeth and be done with it. Um, So yeah, I loved that. And then the WCW, once they brought NWO in, it kind of got really, really, really weird. It was just too much focus on the whole NWO thing when that happened. And I think that's when a lot of viewership just started to go away because they were just forcing it down your throat. It felt like, um, but I love the DX, the original DX, Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Um, that just was just hilarious to watch those two. And that's when I was kind of like, okay, I'm paying more attention to WWE because it was a little bit more. It wasn't as right down your throat as what they were doing with the NWO. Yeah, it's like I. What's funny is when I remember watching it. Um, I remember watching WCW and WWE, and then when when the defection happened of those four big names from WCW, I remember seeing them on WWE, and I'm just like, what just happened? You know, when Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko, Perry Saturn, and Eddie Guerrero all left WCW and joined WWE, it was like, whoa. And that's when a lot of people, I think, realized when they turned over to WWE, and WCW was just, it was going to be gone after that. Yeah, actually, so I'm not, I don't want to date you, but do you remember when it was the WWWF? Because it wasn't just they shortened it by a W in the 80s. Because I believe in the 70s there was three W's. A lot of people don't realize, don't remember that, or it was because it was, you know, it was pre 80s, all that stuff. And by the time Hulk Hogan came in, it was WWF, and then everybody was like, oh. So let's see. Yeah, Bob. Yeah, Bob Backley. Yeah. So get this though. Um, on Netflix, have you watched Wrestlers on the show that they have on Netflix right now? It's about the Ohio Valley Wrestling (OVW), and I did not know that Al Snow was running that. And if anybody who watched WWE in the early 2000s, you should know Al Snow and Head. He walked around with the mannequin head the whole all the time. Oh, Sean, you are. That was one. That was the one in the. Was it the one in the Pontiac Silverdome? Because that is just like now I'm jealous too. Oh yeah, I would have. We had what's crazy. So we had just moved in '82 from Michigan to Virginia Beach. So and I was only 4 when we left, so I would have been 5 years old when that happened, and I still would have had a ton of fun going and seeing it. But thank you for ever joining us. Right now, I am solo this evening. Um, Please hit that like button, subscribe, comment, join in the chat. Right now, I'm just talking about some stuff that I know about growing up when I was a kid watching wrestling, and then later on in life in high school. And um, let's see. Hey, John. Oh, did you get your Spider-Man box? Cool. You have to let me know if you got anything good out of there. Um, I still want to order a couple more, but right now we just ordered a stabilizer, so we are we have to watch our cash flow right now. So, but yeah, we got a stabilizer. We got the DJI Osmo 6 or 3 um, to take with us to Disney next weekend. So we're gonna try and see what we can play with it this week when we get it, and then take it down there and hopefully, you know, get some good video of you know, come back and make some good videos of it. Oh, so yeah, growing up with that group of wrestlers, the Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Ravishing Rick Rude, um, Ted DiBiase, the Million Dollar Man. Oh my gosh, it when I saw them on WCW, that's what drew me to WCW when I was younger, was because all those wrestlers I grew up with were on WCW now. So it was just natural for me to watch them. But then, like I said, when I discovered the Attitude Era, Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, and all that stuff, I was just like, I got to go to WWE. To me, it was just cooler for some reason. Yeah, what's crazy is I have friends from high school who met a lot of those older wrestlers from the 80s and the early 90s because they lived in this area, and in Florida as well. It's like they all trained. Like there was one um, a guy who hired me years ago when I first started in the industry that I'm in. The gym that he was going to, all the wrestlers of that back then were going to that gym. So he met Lex Luger, and a lot of those other guys that would come in and just work out um, at the gym, and he'd just be working out there with them. I think Buff Bagwell went to that gym, and a couple of other guys. Oh yeah, I love like honestly, I don't know. It didn't seem to do too well in the theater, but for me, the Jungle Cruise movie is one of my favorites that he did, that The Rock did. It was just a fun movie, um, and it's crazy how well some of the WWE stars have transitioned from doing the live action wrestling to being a on screen presences that are effective. They're good at what they do. You got Batista, Cena, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Um, there's a couple others. I know Edge was actually on a sci-fi series for a while. Um, Unfortunately, I never watched it. I do remember seeing Edge though in Highlander Endgame when that came out a long time ago. He had a very short part, but it was cool to see him in it. Oh yeah, The Princess Bride is one of my all-time favorite movies. I pretty much can quote that movie almost front to back, and I loved seeing Andre in that movie. He was fun to watch. See, and here's the thing. So Edge had a bad neck injury years ago, and he retired and left. But I'm guessing the neck injury wasn't as bad as they thought because he came back to WWE again, and now you say he's coming to AEW. So is he actually coming to AEW to wrestle, or is he just coming to commentate or manage or just be around? So because I remember when he had that neck injury, I actually watched that episode of Raw where he was like, I gotta call it quits. Interesting. I might have to check some of the AEW out now. Um, and so I don't know if it's true too. Apparently, I saw something on Facebook that popped up on my feed that WWE and I think it the UFC had merged or something. I don't know if that was the right thing. Oh, Christian, yeah, Christian is honestly the best thing Christian ever did was leave WWE because he finally got to be what he wanted to be, which was the star. Yeah, they merged, and it's like that is insane. I mean, where is that gonna go? Because it's like now it's like because you had some of the wrestlers who tried who tried it in the UFC, but it's a totally different beast when you're actually really physically trying to knock somebody out compared to in the wrestling ring when you're just you're trying to get that reaction from the crowd. So yeah, it was crazy when I read that. It's like I was like, am I really seeing this? Is it really real? Is this true? And then looking into it a little further, it is. But yeah, he said that he was stepping down as owner, and that he was going to be, I think, the chairman of the board, or not. I don't know if, or he was on. I think he was going to be on the board of directors, but not the head director. Um, and then Triple H was also changing his role as well. Um, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes, especially with the contract that UFC has with ESPN, because you can watch fights on ESPN, or the UFC fights on ESPN Plus, if you have ESPN Plus. So what's that going to mean for WWE pay-per-views? Does that mean that potentially ESPN could get those as well? Would be interesting. Yeah, Lori is totally intent, and like she is like focused on the TV because of this game right now. She is she she was yelling at the TV earlier, and now she's kind of like, "Oh, you are lucky." So yeah, something not good going on for Notre Dame. So, like I said, I can sit here and talk about stupid things like, you know, comic books, um, what I listed on eBay today, um, all the artwork I have sitting up on my wall in front of me, which is a bunch of um, comic book art prints. Or I can see. Yeah, sure. That's because Virginia, I think, was still awake, so she's trying not to swear during the game. So, and it's very hard when, especially when they're playing Ohio State, to not swear at the TV. I can tell that, Eric. I can tell that. But no, yeah, I have never checked AEW out. I might have to give it a check. I think they actually have some trading cards too. That I want to say they may have a contract with Fanatics, um, because that was another big thing that I read about WWE. Apparently, they are breaking their contract with Panini, and they're citing, breach of contract by Panini. But apparently, Panini hasn't done anything. They've done everything that they were supposed to do, and WWE just wants to cut it and stop of it. And then apparently, they've signed with Fanatics already, and are going to be issuing cards out with them. So it's like you're going to have two. It's like it's going to be this. It's going to be an interesting deal to see what happens with the countersuits that Panini filed against WWE over the breach of the contract by trying to cancel it when it shouldn't, when it runs until 2025. I think it is. And then after that, they were going to switch over to the Fanatics, but now it seems like they want to do it right away, and they're trying to tell Panini to stop selling stuff that they already have out. But I don't think Panini has done that. Hey, Megan H, how are you? Thank you for joining. Lori is in the chat. She's watching a football game, Ohio State, Notre Dame. I could care less about either of those teams. I would love it if they could end in a tie, but I don't think college football ends in ties anymore. So no luck there. So, but yeah, I'm just talking about anything right now tonight because it's kind of like my solo. It's my first solo gig. So yeah, the resorts are great. Come on, how can you not enjoy going and just sitting by a pool and relaxing and ordering food and stuff, and yeah, yeah, because she had to switch over them. So thank you everybody for joining. I am going solo tonight apparently because my wife is into the football game. If some of you don't know, Ohio State and Notre Dame are playing, and Lori is a Notre Dame fan. So thank you for joining me. Please hit that like button, subscribe, comment, join the chat. Let me know what you want to talk about. I'm open to talk about anything. I'll open up some more cards again later. I still have football packs to go. I got baseball cards. I've got these Disney hot box cards that I still need to open. I'm very curious as to how these are going to look because, man, when I saw those Spider-Man cards, whoo, I love them. I still want to get some more of those too. For anybody that didn't see that video, these are the Spider-Man cards that I opened, and they were nice looking. I think John is opening his right now. And then I still have some Disney 100 boxes to open. Still hoping to find that Steamboat Willie card, to help Mama pay for her cruise. So we'll see. But I got baseball cards, and I even have something really funny. I picked these up just because they were funny. So this is Upper Deck Looney Tunes that I bought a couple months ago that I have been waiting to open. I haven't opened them yet, but it's just it was just funny. It's interesting. There's 99 cards in a set, so I could end up getting 2 or 3 sets out of this, and you never know. Got some randomly packed hologram cards. So it's original illustrations and stories by Chuck Jones. So yeah, could be some really cool stuff in there. I'll have to open them up here one day. Maybe I'll open up a couple packs tonight. We'll see. So just so you know, I've also moved the camera this evening. Normally we have it sitting about right here when the two of us are on, but since it's just me, I have moved the camera up to a little shelf that I have behind the TV. So if you see me looking over this way, it's because I'm trying to read the chat, but the camera's right there. So that's what I'm doing now, I'm reading the chat. And I have bad eyes. Apparently my eyes have changed too since I got this prescription already, because now it's awful. Oh, hi. Hey, so Eric, did you see Chris is watching wrestling as well? Hey, and Megan, I'm going to go on and subscribe to Chris's vlog. I just saw his post on Facebook today. I'll have to definitely check that out. Looks really cool. Yes, Sean, I would love to make a money-making card. Right now, the highest dollar money-making card I think is like $28. Oh yes, he's very welcome. Like I said, I just saw it pop back. I didn't even know he did stuff. That he had his own channel as well. So I would gladly go on there and check him out and subscribe and check out what he's got on there. Plus, I think he said it's about sports, so I love sports. I love all kinds of sports. Oh, John's on the last pack of his Spider-Man cards. Hopefully, you pulled something good. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to send some of mine off to be graded, because I think having them graded might increase my value. So we'll see. Oh, and I love Spotify. Spotify is my favorite thing in the world. I do not listen to regular radio anymore, mainly because regular radio does not play anything that I usually listen to. Just to give you an idea, my favorite band is Nine Inch Nails. I love Trent Reznor. I think he is a musical genius. And I listen to all kinds of music, but I tend to listen to harder music than most people will listen to. I've listened to just about every genre of metal there is. I grew up listening to Megadeth, Slayer, Sepultura, Metallica, old Metallica, not short hair Metallica. Old Metallica, but honestly, after the Black Album, it was kind of hit or miss for me. But And Justice for All, best Metallica album ever. Just saying. Um, yes, that's right. I forgot. And I did not make her go. She joined me because the person who was supposed to go with me that night couldn't make it. So she actually, this is back when she was working at Phillips Arena, or now State Farm Arena. She had gotten tickets to Survivor Series. And I actually got to go and watch a live WWE pay per view, which was awesome. It was really, really cool. And the fact that I had kind of watched it a little bit a few months leading up to it because I knew I was going. So I kind of had to make sure I kind of knew what was going on within the world of WWE at the time. I got to see Roman Reigns. Love Roman Reigns. He's probably one of my favorite wrestlers right now. Um, and then the fact that the Undertaker was there, and then Kane, and it was really, really cool to watch. If you've never been to a live wrestling event, like one of the big ones like WWE and probably AEW as well, go do it. Puppets is Yes, Puppets is a good one, but for some reason just one stuck has always stuck with me for Metallica. And every time I hear that song, I just want to grab a guitar and start playing that opening line because I was starting to learn that before I moved from Florida to Georgia. And I kind of remember a little bit of it now still, but just, oh, that song just, it's awesome. It hits so hard when he gets into when they bring all the guitars in and they're doing the solo. Awesome song. So, but yeah, like I said, I grew up on the big names of metal back in the 80s and the 90s. Then I discovered industrial. I discovered Nine Inch Nails, Ministry, Marilyn Manson, and it just my mind was blown because I'd also been a fan of electronic music at the time too. I was listening to rave music, um, and then the fact that I discovered industrial, and I'm like, this is kind of interesting. They're bringing electronics with guitars and drums, and I'm like, holy cow, this is effing amazing. Um, so after that, it was just kind of like I started, getting more into some of the harder techno back then, and listening to the industrial, still listening to metal, but then I started venturing into other different genres of metal, discovering other bands like Crowbar, um, um, and then getting into the very operatic type metal, black metal, with Cradle of Filth, which was kind of there was maybe a couple of songs I liked by them. The His vocals were just not quite for me, but I did find a couple others. A band called Dimmu Borgir, loved their stuff. Um, Really, really high production, especially their videos and stuff, and it really kind of just changed the way I looked at metal. But then I've always been kind of going back and forth in between genres, and kind of found my way back into industrial stuff now. And then now you're seeing I'm finding an industrial, like dubstep. Dubstep and industrial have kind of merged into this other little subgenre of metal that is just like really, really cool. But it's not for everybody. My musical choices are not, not everybody can listen to what I listen to. Lori thinks I'm crazy for what I listen to. And then anytime a song comes on that Virginia hears, she's like, "Oh, daddy music." So, but yeah, it's a very acquired taste. and I've been acquiring it for the last 30 years. So, yeah, hey, Megan, I really enjoyed Marilyn Manson's early stuff. Um, and some of his later stuff too. But yeah, the early stuff like Smells Like Children. I think no, is it Smells Like Children is the name of the album? I can't remember. But and then you have Antichrist Superstar, which forgive me for everybody who's it's just the name of the album. Um, but it was different because like when he did the cover of oh gosh, I can't think of the name right now. Sweet Dreams. When he did the cover of Sweet Dreams, I was just like, whoa, that's pretty darn cool. I think a lot of people were at the same time, but they kind of like it did its thing, and then people weren't as the rest of the album had some really good songs on it. Um, and then Antichrist Superstar came out, and then he had some bigger hits come off of that. And then after that, he kind of went more towards glam with a couple of the albums, and the later albums that have come out recently is more towards like his earlier style, which I enjoyed. Yeah, I am an MTV generation kid too. I watch well, let's see. I'm an MTV generation kid when they actually played music videos on MTV, when it was actually music television. What it is today is not what it used to be. I remember watching music videos 24/7 all day long. That is, I don't know if you even get a music video on MTV anymore. I mean, it's just like, how can you call yourself music television when you don't play music videos? So, nope, something just happened with Notre Dame because Lori just growled. So in the 80s, I grew up listening to a very eclectic group of music. My mom was very much into like some of the hair bands and the new wave stuff. I have an uncle who was definitely into like what they call the first wave of alternative music. Back then, that's where I learned about Adam Ant, Devo was my uncle. But my mom was like Journey, Genesis, Van Halen. And then I've started finding Duran Duran, Tears for Fears, Thompson Twins, when I would watch the videos on MTV, and I was just like, holy cow, this is awesome. This is like really great stuff. And so that's what kind of like it shaped me. And then my dad is very kind of like southern rock, but he also listens to a lot of oldies. He prefers to listen to like the 60s and the 50s and the 60s music that I remember when growing up. So I got to hear like all those groups from back then, um, which for life of me right now I cannot think of many of their names, but the music is he listened to a lot of Motown, considering he was from Detroit. There was a lot of Motown being played on the radios back then. So I listened to a lot of that when I was with him. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh. So like I said, I have a very eclectic music listening background. I love all kinds of music. I can listen to all kinds of music. I tend to identify more with the harder, darker stuff. I don't know why. It's because I'm weird. I don't know. But, the happy poppy stuff, I really could never get into, except I will say this right now, and take it for what it is. If you want to razz me for it, go for it. It's okay. It was part of my growing up. I liked New Kids on the Block when they came out. I don't know why. I was a kid. I was young. It was fun. And I really didn't, it sounded good. And that's what all that mattered to me was as long as the music sounds good, I can listen to it. If the music is crappy, I am not going to give it a chance. So at that time, I was listening to New Kids on the Block. Um, yes. But then also, I had found, because of New Kids on the Block, I had discovered that there was a band before them that these guys had tried to bring up, was called Menudo, which had Ricky Martin in it. And I remember listening to some Menudo when I was younger too. Um, but then, so that was a very short-lived time in my, maybe about a year. I did have both albums for New Kids on the Block on cassette. But then I started finding, what was after New Kids on the Block. Um, so okay, this is probably even worse than New Kids on the Block. I owned the Milli Vanilli album on cassette. I remember listening to Milli Vanilli as well. It's such a pain in the butt to say today. Um, but yes, I listened to Milli Vanilli. Ba 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 baby. Yeah, I remember that stuff. Don't forget my number. Uh, they were catchy songs. That's all that mattered to me. So if I could sing along to it and the music was good, I enjoyed it. you know, it, and it's funny because not only did you have that happen, but also you had the Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch thing happen, where the supposedly the female singer, she wasn't the one doing the lyrics, she wasn't the one doing the singing, the one in the video wasn't doing the singing. It was somebody else who was doing the singing for that. And I remember they got busted about that. Oh, just like, so 60s and 70s music. So also go back to my mom. So not only did so I got a great appreciation for like classic rock because of my mom, but like the rock and roll of the 80s, Journey, Genesis, Van Halen, Scorpion, who else was like White Lion, White Snake, um, and then but I also got to listen to Yes, and I love Yes. In my opinion, Yes's 90125 album is probably the most amazing album ever made. Every song on that album is awesome. Just plain, I could listen to that album all day long. And just Owner of a Lonely Heart, just so it's just a great album. So yeah, I'll go back to that album all the time. I'll put the windows down, crank the radio up, and be listening to that album on that Yes album while I'm driving down the road. Oh, AC Ducey. Yep, I grew up. So my mom's ex boyfriend, when I was growing up, they had been together for quite a while, and he got me into Rush and AC/DC, and I will thank him forever for that because I love Rush. Gosh, I love Rush. Rush is awesome, and AC/DC as well. And a lot of people don't know who the original singer of AC/DC was. All they know is who we have now, with British Brian. They don't know about Bond. Yes, Tom Sawyer. The Moving Pictures album is a great album. It's another one of those like the Yes album. Pretty much every single song on there I could just listen over and over again. That album is just great. Um, but yeah, like who? So and I already said his name, but who knows the original singer for AC/DC? Can somebody name him? So there's only three of us in here right now, so or four of us total, counting me. John, you don't know. Eric, you got it. That's right. Bon Scott. A lot of people don't realize that he was the original singer for AC/DC when they first started. Um, and I think they ended up going back and re-recording stuff with Brian doing the vocals instead of Bon after he passed. Yeah, yeah. What a rock way to go out. That's a little sad, but it's just some of those, yeah, just times were different. He was, yes. He gave that nice little growl raspiness to it that really needed. It made it a little more gritty, um, and definitely like Maximum Overdrive. I love watching that movie just because of the songs. See, I'm a Halen. I'm a Roth. I prefer Roth Van Halen than I do Hagar Van Halen. So yeah, my like I said, I grew up with Roth because my mom was a David Lee Roth fan, and I grew up listening to him. I actually never even heard of Sammy Hagar when he became the lead singer. I was like, who's this? Because it just wasn't something that I was listening to. Oh, definitely better performer. Oh my god, he was a showman and a half. Um, yeah, he was by far a one of the best showmen in music. Um, if you ask me, and um, so yeah, it was fun to watch those videos when he did them when in the '80s with them because it was just like Hot for Teacher. I love that video. That one of my favorite music videos is Hot for Teacher. That would have been cool to see. That would have been really cool to see. Um, so also and so this is also another spot where my mom influenced with what I listened to, and it got me into some more of that '70s rock was Queen. Um, my mom was a big and I don't probably still is a big Queen fan, and I remember her having their big compilation that they came out with in the '90s, where it was the two-disc set. And when she got that, I just immediately would put it in the CD player, put my headphones on, and would just listen to it. And the other thing that got me was the movie Highlander. They did the soundtrack for that, um, and that kind of drew me more toward them when I was starting to listen to them. And it was like, holy cow, how have I not known about these guys? And then of course, uh, from Iron Eagle, they did some of the music in that. Some of the songs in that were Queen songs, um, which was really cool. I think it was One Vision is the name of the big song that they used, um, for the fight sequence, the fighter sequence when he was going back in to get his dad. So I'm dating myself big time with some of these movies. I don't know if any of y'all have seen Highlander or Iron Eagle. So there must not be going on in the game because Lori is not yelling or anything. She's looking at her phone. I don't know what she's probably talking to Sean. Oh, so we were at the park just a little bit ago. We took Virginia up to the park by our subdivision, and I'm sitting there just resting on a swing, and I see this big bird just flying from one tree to the next, and I'm like, "Wow, that's a big bird." And then all of a sudden, it comes and flies from the back tree back here, right to one of the trees right in front of where we are, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it. It's like, "Wow, that's a big bird." And I get my phone out and I snap some quick pictures, and I zoomed in on it, and it was a falcon. Sorry, I'm looking at the screen, which is bad. I should be looking at the camera. I apologize. Um, and it was a falcon sitting right there. Beautiful bird. Oh my word! I was, and it sat there for like 5 minutes and didn't move. It's like it was posing for me because I had my phone out and I was taking pictures all like crazy with it. Um, for those of you who have me on Facebook, I shared the picture on one of the pictures on Facebook on my Facebook feed. But man, it was a gorgeous bird, and it was way bigger than I was expecting. I didn't think that falcons were that tall. But yeah, this bird was pretty impressive. Um, and I'm sitting there and I'm saying, Lori, I said, I tell Lori about it, and she's like, "Where is it?" And I was like, "It's behind you on a branch. You can't miss them." And she turned around and she was looking too, and it was pretty cool to see. Um, yes, yes, extremely beautiful bird. Um, First time I'd ever really seen a falcon out in the world, and not at like a zoo or somewhere or an aviary or but yeah, it was really really cool to see. Next, hopefully one day I can see an eagle. That would be nice little bucket list for bird watching. You know, see if I can ever see an eagle out in nature somewhere. So thank you again. I'm going to say thank you for everybody who's with us. Um, I'm Julian, JLV Moments and More. I am solo streaming tonight. Um, my wife is preoccupied with Notre Dame probably losing, which she's probably not happy about. Um, but oh well, it's Notre Dame. My team won. That's all that matters, which is Michigan. They struggled in the beginning, but they pulled it out at the end. They did what they had to do. Here I go with my very aggressive hands and fingers. I do that a lot. I'm sorry. I'm a hand talker, and I've realized that recently that I am a hand talker, which is I never thought about it before. And then when I started really paying attention to what I do, I was like, yeah, I am a hand talker. So if you can, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Please comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to talk about. Join the chat. I'm open to just about anything. I'm actually probably going to open up some football cards here because it's college football Saturday. I'm still looking for my Brett Favre rookie. I'm still looking for the regular Bo and Barry as well. I've gotten the collector, the collector art one, but I have yet to actually get their actual card. So, anybody, this is 1991 Upper Deck Football Premier Edition. I've been opening up some packs here and there on live streams. I've pulled some cards, and some pretty cool cards. Some Joe Montanas, Jerry Rice's. Got an Emmitt Smith hologram. Still haven't gotten the Barry hologram. I got I got two Bobby Humphrey holograms. If anybody watching knows who he is, he played for the Broncos back in the early '90s. So we got Albert Bentley, no clue. David Treadwell, looks like he was the kicker for Broncos back then. Kevin Fagan, yeah. Todd Light. It was his rookie card, but I don't remember him at all. Make sure I'm not too out of focus there. Heck, looks like he was their number one pick back then. Don't know about him now. Yeah, jobber. Finally, regular card Bo. Good old Bo. Nice. Put that into the keeper stack. Let's see. Oh, got another Troy Aikman. Pulled one of him the other stream. So nice little Troy Aikman. I'm not sure when his rookie year was. And I want to say it may have been 88, 89. So, but that was back when the Dallas was winning Super Bowls. Broderick Thomas, Buccaneers. Yep, I think another jobber. I still find. So this is John Stevens from the Patriots. Those old uniforms. Oh my word. Oh, I don't know how they went with them for so long. Frank Stams, Lee Williams, Sean Collins from the Falcons, and then Jimmy Jones of Dallas. Don't really remember him either. No, let's see. So, and I'm going to open up a couple of these, and then I really want to open up one of these Disney Hot Box cards boxes, because that just I'm really intrigued by that. Interesting. NFL's fastest man, Daryl Green. Very cool looking card. I got to remember where the camera is now. Very cool card. Don't remember him. Greg Jackson, Michael Haddix, Keith McCants, Billy Joe Tolliver. I remember the name. I remember the name. Irving Fryer. I do remember that name though. Irving Fryer, Houston Oilers. Oh, sorry, no. Patriots. My bad. It's getting late. I'm tired. See, Dave Waymer, James Hasty. No, nobody. Oh, here we go. Good old Chris Carter. There you go. Chris Carter from the Vikings. I think that's the second one I pulled of his card. Oh, we got another. I think it's Billy Joe. Nope, another Jim Everett. Yeah, Jim Everett's collector's choice card. And then we've got so Jack Del Rio from his playing days in Dallas went on to become a football head coach. Another John Stevens card. All right, let's see. So I got my Bo. I still have not gotten a Brett or a regular Barry. Johnny Johnson, not ringing any bells. Mark Carrier. Isaac Holt. No. Chris Zorch from the Bears. Steve Atwater. I do remember that name. Steve Atwater. Here we go. Now this is somebody they'll know. I actually said his name last stream because we got somebody who had the same name, but Sterling Sharp, Green Bay from back then. I do remember him. Than Gash. Nope. Got Dano's regular card, Dan Marino. He was getting towards the end of his career back then. Oh, got another little lion to go with my Lions. Eddie Murray, not the baseball player. Chris Dolman. I think I remember that name. Dennis Bird and Daryl Green from the Washington Redskins. Yes. So this is the old Washington name and uniform and mascot. All right, one more pack, and then I think I'm going to switch over to some Disney. Got another Warren Moon, little MVP card, Warren Moon. Adam Heck. Another Wayne Heddix. And Greg Lewis rookie card. Don't know. Not ringing any bells for me. Denver Broncos. I do remember this guy, though. Jeff Hostetler. Old Giants quarterback. Shane Conlon. Oh, Anthony Carter. I do remember him, too. Anthony Carter. Jay Hildenberg. Mike Munchak. I know the name, and I don't know why I know the name, but I do know the name for Mike Munchak. Trace Armstrong. Ricky Jackson. Steve Wisniewski. I probably totally butchered that. But alrighty. Save some more for later. We got a growing stack of commons to get rid of at some point in time. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to give one of these Disney Hotbox Mickey and Friends Cheerful Times trading cards. This is was released by Kakao over in China, and let's see what they look like. Bust out my handy dandy little knife. Boop. Love this thing. John knows what it is. Don't ever do that, kids. You're always supposed to cut away from yourself. All right. Got that off. My stack of trash piled up over here. Ooh, hey, look at that. So even like this, it's got a little seal right down here. Little hologram seal. So let's see. So this is what it looks like on the inside, people. There you go. Let's see what we get. So this is what the packs look like. Pull away maybe a little bit better. Better. There we go. Okay, so let's see what we can pull out of these. I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm looking for in this set of cards. I really don't. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to get. So it looks like interesting. So you get a card in here that is it's got a QR code. So, and then you got so it's interesting. So this is good. So John, if you do happen to buy these, so in the, how much was this? I think because I actually ordered from a shop in the States, I paid, I think, 130 total for everything for the 2 boxes. So like 65, something like that, a box. But that was because I ordered them from a shop in the U.S., which actually is funny. It was a shop in Smyrna, Georgia, so not far from where I'm at. And but I'm sure if you like, it's like I'm seriously thinking about ordering some of those Spider-Man's ones from the Chinese location, the Hong Kong one, because they're like half the price. So, and considering they are from China anyway. But yeah, so this was, I think, $65 a box. but I ordered them from a shop here in the U.S. But if you do happen to order some, John, so there is a card in the pack. So there's only 3 cards in the pack. And it looks like there's probably about 24 cards. But I don't know if you can see that, but on the card, it actually lists the rarities that you get in this set. So you've got, I apologize, I got to hold it up to my face. You've got R, NR, SR, PR, UR, and SP. And then there is one that does not have a distinction. And it's according to this, the SP card looks like it's like a 3D card. So this is one of the cards. I'm trying to make sure you can see it well. How well does that look? So John, the Spider-Man cards are actually right on the front of the card in the top left or right corners. You'll have IP, GP, SSR, I think there's even a UR that I got. So they're actually really nice looking cards. So, and that is an R, so that is pretty much your random card. So this one is an SR. So this one is up a little bit higher in rarity. So that's an SR card. At least I think it is. Let me double check. Yeah, so the SR, and if they have a count next to it, so I'm gonna have to do a little more research. But this is an NR card. So this is an NR card, but it's really cool looking. It looks like it's a piece of film from one of the Disney movies. So that's the front, and then this is the back. Very cool card. I'm gonna have to do some research on the NRs and find out if these are maybe these are the ones that people are looking for. So I have to put that one to the side. So, and so it looks like, okay, so it looks like you might get an NR card per pack because I just got one. And apparently I just got something else that just fell on the floor. So this is what fell on the floor. It actually looks like it's a sticker. It looks like it is an actual sticker. That's interesting. So I got the 3 cards plus the sticker. And, oh, actually, there was a sticker in the other pack too. So it looks like you get a sticker in each pack as well. So then there's an R. And then you got an SR. And then you get another NR. So the question is when do you get, so these look like they are your standard cards. The PR, the UR, and the SP are going to be the ones that you're going to want to look for. Because those should be your more rare cards that they will have. I do like the fact, though, that they give you this and then you have a QR code that you can scan to get the probably some more information about it, too. I love the fact that there's stickers, though, because Virginia loves stickers. So I have some stickers to give her. So we got another R. And I think I may have gotten something other than a SR. Yeah, they are. They're really nice looking, cool cards. Yeah, so this is a Disney 100. This is a PR card. So I did get a PR card. That's the PR card. And then that's the back of the PR card. So the PR card is pretty nice looking. I'm gonna have to put that one to the side too because. And then I got another one of the NR film cards. So these are pretty cool. These film cards. And if I look at it, if I'm reading it correctly, the you have 24 R cards, 36 NR cards, 24 SR cards, 54 PR cards. So the PR cards, I don't know if that's going to mean that they're not as um, rare as the others because you have 54 of them. I'm not sure. The UR cards are 52. The SP cards are 8. There's only 8 SP cards. And then the last line does not have a distinction, but it says that there's only 7 of those cards. So I'm not sure. See, that's where I'm not sure. I'm not sure how their rarities work, John. I know, like each one has their own kind of scale, and that's where it gets a little confusing sometimes. Another sticker, a little different one. Pull it back a little. Um, but your UR and your SP should be your more rare cards, so to speak. The R's and the SRs are going to be probably more common. So I got an this is a pretty cool. So I got an SP card. I just pulled an SP card, and it is actually pretty darn cool. It is kind of like that brave little tailor. It's Mickey, but it also is a like you can't see if you can see how it's a hologram card, and then he moves, so it's pretty cool. So this is an SP card. So apparently there's only 8 of these in the set. So 8 of these type of cards in the set. So depending on how many of those they put in the set will determine how rare they are. Yeah, I want to say it does, John. um, but it could be because like every pack, I had multiple SSR cards. So I think their SSR is kind of like their common, and like your IP and your GP and there was one other one. I have to go back and look at the cards. Those were the more rare cards. Um, and I think your SSR and your CPs were a little bit more common. So we got another R. Very cool. I just got another SP card. So that's 2 of the 8. It's one with Mickey and Minnie when they're on the merry-go-round or the carousel. Pretty cool. And then you got another NR, the film collection. These cards are really cool. I really like these ones. Those would be cool to have the whole set of those 54, but I don't know, between the 2 boxes, I could possibly, but I don't know. That's a lot of cards. I know we've lost a lot of people because most people probably don't find this very entertaining, and it is after 9 o'clock. Yes, they are. The ones that move are very cool. Another different sticker. It's in Chinese, so not quite sure what it says, but hey, it's pretty cool. I don't know. You never know. Some people might want those stickers. Oh, now I got a nice little Pete R card here. There you go. And then I got another different card. So I got a UR card. So this is one of the UR cards. Mini and S is all it says, but it's pretty cool looking. Um, Definitely going to have to look these up on, see if there's anything I can find on them on eBay. That's the back of it. Um, but yeah, they're very cool looking cards. Trying to be as gentle with them as, and I'm out of top loaders. There's another one of the film cards. Yeah, I really would like to get the whole set of these film cards. They would look really nice in a book. But yeah, I ran out of top loaders because I went looking through tubs and I found some football cards, that I needed to get sleeved, and some Marvel trading cards that I have that I need to get sleeved. Um, Sorry, having to pick up the stickers. So I had some chase cards for some old Marvel sets that I have from like back in the 90s. Oh, this is cool. Oh, that is darn cool. I like that one. And the cool thing is that the names on the front of the cards are actually in English. So you got Magica Dispel from Darkwing Duck, and from DuckTales. Actually, sorry, she's from DuckTales. That's where she's from. That's pretty cool. I love DuckTales. One of my favorite cartoons growing up. So that was an R card, and then we got an SR card of Daisy. Pretty cool. And then another one of the film cards. Very cool. And I don't know if I showed the back, but that's the back of the film cards. So the film cards to me are the nicest looking out of all of them. Yeah, it's hard to do, ain't it, John? I actually, um, there's actually, I probably do need to do it because we're going to have a yard sale here in a couple weeks. And I was thinking of putting some stuff out, um, just putting some common cards in a box and sticking them in. There's a guy selling 10,000 soft sleeves for $67. So I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to order those or not. But like I said, I've got like two regular sized top loaders left. So I got to go. I'm gonna have to go buy some top loaders at some point. So we got an R mini, and then I got another PR card. So actually, is this? I think no, that's the SP card. Hang on, I'm putting cards on the wrong spots. That's the SP. This is the PR. So that's the PR. Pluto Bumblebee. Pretty cool. These cards are really nice. And then you got the film frame card. Like I said, you can say all you want about. I mean, it does suck what goes on in the world, but these cards that they've made are very nice. Um, Another sticker. Yes, top loaders can be pricey. The cheapest that I've found for regular, there's a shop, there's a pack mail that has a card shop in it. That's where I used to get most of my supplies from, and I used to drop off my eBay sales to them as well. Um, and he's got top loaders for like $5 for 25. So yeah, they can get a little pricey. One of these days, I'd like to buy a bulk top loader, but like maybe like pay like $100 and get 1,000. I kind of would be willing to do that. A couple of my favorites: Chip and Dale SR card. and the film. Oh, Lori's trying to put Ginny to bed. You paid $5 for one of what? You didn't pay $5 for one top loader, did you? So how many top loaders were in the box? Another, we got Donald Duck. Yeah, I love the fact that they have this in English on these cards. It's really makes it nicer. Got another PR card here. Yeah, 25. Yeah, that's about right, John. That's what I pay here. $5 for 25. There's the PR card. And then the film card. Really liking these film cards. Yeah, maybe not as many packs as I thought there was in here. That sticker. Ooh, that's a big sticker. Ooh. So we got an R Mickey and Friends. We got, I think that's Dewey. Yeah. Got Dewey. So it's looking like interesting. So these UR cards, I don't know if they're all going to be like this, but this is another UR, and it's got mini and it's O. So I'm wondering if it's letters of the alphabet. I don't know, but that would be. And they do have a Disney 100 logo on them. So I don't know if you can see it over here. There's a Disney 100 logo right there. Yeah, the PR, I don't know, the UR cards might be their common. It is. It's crazy. They don't quite do it like everybody else. The Beagle Boys. And our Beagle Boys. That's pretty cool. And then Goofy SR card. And then the film card. Very cool. So thank you everybody who's joining in, coming in. Right now, we were talking about a whole bunch of stuff earlier, music, wrestling. Right now, I'm opening up some Disney cards from China. There's a sticker. They're actually really cool looking. Another Chip and Dale one here. And then we got the Mickey SR. There you go, right there. And then the film card has got Goofy on it. Goofy. Yes, that was how mine was too, John. That pack had just the one card in it. And what card was that? I want to say it was one of the Ghost Spider cards that I pulled. And it's like I still don't even have these in anything. I got to get them in a but no, seriously though, the card thickness of these, it's like a 55 weight, I think, paper that they did these on. Really, really cool. So you should have that one pack, that should have been an SSP card. Because this was what I got in the one pack for mine, was this Ghost Spider SSP card. So that should have been what you got. You should have gotten an SSP card. Yes, they are. So I actually think I bought some a while back and didn't realize that I had bought the um, thicker top loaders. So I have these thick top loaders that I can actually I can put some of these in, which is I'm glad you said that because if I tried putting them in a regular top loader, I probably would have damaged the card. Um, but yeah, that one pack that should have been only a single card, and it probably was an SSP card, which is the more rare for that set. So got a film frame there. I'm going to assume Notre Dame is not doing very well because I think Lori's given up on the game. Another sticker. So yeah, definitely you want to check that card, John, and make sure. So yeah, definitely look at getting thick. They should have. Honestly, if you want to wait, I can bring you some when we come down next weekend. Because I've got I've got thick ones that I have extra packs of, and I can bring one down, bring it back, bring a pack of 25 to you. Oh, one of my all-time favorite characters, Scrooge McDuck. Love Scrooge McDuck. Yep. So here we are with Minnie now with G. The thing is, though, the UR cards they're not as common as the SR and the Rs because I'm not getting the URs as often as I am getting the SR and the Rs. So the URs are probably a little bit more rare um, than the NR, SR, and Rs. Hello, John Masterson. Thank you for joining us. I'm opening up Disney cards from China. Yes, I am bold. And it's by, well, I don't say it's by choice now, but in 20 years, probably not. So I just went ahead and preemptively did it. Yes, I'm fat too. Thank you for pointing that out. You rock. So we got one of the three Caballeros, I believe. Disney card there. And now we have Huey. Love love DuckTales. Gotta love Huey. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Thank you, Eric. And then another frame card. the three amigos right there: Donald, Goofy, and Mickey. As you can see, things like that don't bother me because I already know it's true. I've accepted it. That's the problem with some people. They haven't accepted it. I have. So it really doesn't matter what you say. Thank you, Eric. Let's see. Oh, wow. Gladstone. You don't see him very often anymore in anything. Yeah. I love how they have a lot of the duck characters that you just don't see. That's a pretty cool PR one. That's a pretty cool card. So it's kind of like a very cool looking movie poster, comic book type thing. Very cool. Yes. And I love, well, we saw him live too. Um, there's a movie card. We actually got to see Fluffy live, and oh my God, it was awesome. He is hilarious. And it was so funny because at the end of the show he did some extra time, and everybody was Everybody, pretty much everybody was matching him word for the stories that he was telling, because it was the stuff that people have known from his previous specials that he'd done, and it was awesome. Yes, love Fluffy. He is hilarious, hilarious. And yeah, if you ever get the chance to go see him live, go see him live, John. It's worth it. He was amazing. He was really really good. Oh, here's the other one. My eyes are so bad. Flintheart Glomduck, Scrooge's nemesis. We got another PR. Walt Disney's Goofy How to Play Football. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. And then the film card. I'm really digging the film cards. I really want to get that whole set, but that's going to be a lot of cards because there are not as many packs in this box as I thought there were. There's actually I'm hoping there's some kind of mystery thing down there. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. When I get to it, when people like that come on, I just straight up tell them I don't care. I am fat. Who cares? There's Mickey. Gotta love Mickey. Another PR card. Nice. I'm getting some PRs near the end of this box. Another one of Pluto. Thank you, everyone who has joined. Opening up some Disney cards from China. Very cool. Very good quality as well. They are. Um, they do seem a little thicker too, John. Not as thick as the Spider-Man cards though. Those Spider-Man cards, like I said, are. I have some other card sets that are way old, and they're fantasy art cards that were about that thick. So yeah, like I said, if you don't find any before we make it down there next weekend, I will bring you some because I have plenty of the plenty of the extra thick um, top loaders. Got another Daisy, and now we have Minnie and K. I need Minnie and Q is what I need, but I'm mixing stuff there. That's if anybody knows who Q is. Yeah, another little brave little Taylor shot. Pretty cool. You said QR, so was that the card that was in that single pack, John? Was QR? If that's so, that could be because that single card pack should be the one like the highest rarity card that you would get out of that box. Is my thinking because it was for me. Huh. I don't know if any. Okay. I don't know this character. Maybe some of you do. Beep beep the Atom. I don't know. One for the Disney, the encyclopedia people. Beep beep the Atom. Oh, got a mini SR card, and that was the last pack of this box. Oh, gotta love that. That's such a cool shot from the film. Yeah, yeah. That does it. Hang on. That's not cool. Ah, so this is what was in the bottom of the box. Oh, you couldn't have filled it with more cards. Come on. But I had to check to make sure there wasn't anything hiding down there. So pretty cool. Like I said, that box there, at least you get a card that gives you kind of like the breakdown and it actually gives you the card number too of how many there are in the set. So you know what you're looking for if you want to do a whole set. Um, but with there only being, I think there was 20 packs, 3 cards per pack. So that's not a lot of cards. Um, but it's definitely a cool set though. Um, very good quality, very reflective. Every card is reflective. Looks good. So we got 2 SP cards out of that set, out of that box. So and they're pretty cool. So they actually are give a little motion to them. So definitely need to get those into top loaders soon. Yeah, just don't blame me, John, when you spend more money than you wanted to. Because all I you know I definitely spent more money than I wanted to, but I think they're worth it. They're really good looking cards. Um, yeah, I think. See, I got a text message. I wonder if Lori texted me. Yes, yes. So Lori's going to bed. So this has been the Julian show tonight. I hope everybody has enjoyed. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does not, Sean. He does not have to worry about that. I do. Yeah, that's yeah. I will be answering for my purchases forever. But occasionally, I do talk her into it, like the Disney 100 boxes. I was able to get those, which was cool because they are really cool cards. Yes, it does, John. Yes, it does. I remember those days well. So, everyone who's watching, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Please like, subscribe, comment. Um, tell us what you think. If you rewatch this later on, just do a comment replay. Lets us know people went back and watched it. Um, I've just been soloing it tonight. Normally, my wife is with me when we do other live streams, but she was watching the Notre Dame game, and apparently they're not doing well, so she's gone to bed. I'll have to check the score here in just a little while to find out how bad they're going. Yes. Yeah, Laura, I think she's. Let me. You know what? What I'm thinking about it. Let me look and see because I'm assuming it's not good. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Let's see. Actually, it's not as bad as it's not that bad. It's only 10-7 Ohio State. And they got 3:28 left in the third, so it's not as bad as they could still come back and they still could come back. Some of the other games are. Ooh, it's going to be an interesting retallying of the ranked teams after today. All right, John. Thank you for being with me tonight. It was a fun evening. Yes, hopefully you had made good profit. You did say that this is you sell these, right? These are one of your better selling ones because I love this thing, and the fact that I could get it in my favorite color was even better. But it's like it. Love it. Great knife. Does everything I want. Thought you knew what this was, John. No, this is the Kalishnikov. The automatic Kalashnikov. I can't see the name. Yes, Boker. Yep. Yeah, I love this thing. Friend of mine, he used to be really big into knives a couple years ago. Um, he was spending way too much money at Blade, and but he still keeps his ear to the ground on it. And he told me about that, and I had him pick me one up as soon as he saw it come available. Because he's got the mini one too. But I wanted that size. So have a good night, John. Hopefully you made some money. Don't spend too much money because of me. I'm bad. Yeah. See you, John. Um, so yeah, thank you for everybody who's watching. I'm Julian, JLV Moments and More. I just hit something. Okay, there we go. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell if I could speak. My throat is kind of dry. I need some water. I did not bring any water with me tonight. So, but yeah, we kind of have a big day tomorrow. Why is my computer keep popping up with stuff? Okay, stop that. So we got kind of a big day tomorrow. So I am going to say goodnight to everyone. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. Please go back and watch the replay if you can. And we will see you all on the next stream. I keep doing that. The camera's right there, and I'm looking over here. Sorry, guys. Oh, boy. Something's going on with my computer, everybody. So I hope I don't have a virus because something definitely is not right. I keep getting something popping up, and that's not good. So I'll see everybody later, and everybody have a good night. Bye.